Calvin Castine at the West Plattsburgh American Legion Field, Lester M. Rock Memorial Field. It's the 21st day of June 2012, first full day of summer. We had a high of 98.4 last time I looked at home. And temperatures cool down to the more comfortable mid-80s at the moment. It's slightly after 9:30 p.m. This is the 9 o'clock game that's just getting underway. It's T as in Tom Maliniak Masonry in the field and Wendell's Furniture. A-Division action in the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. Mike Carosella, the left fielder, will lead off. Brian Doss delivers. And Caleb Castine bobbles it, but fires it right back to him. Keith Riel calling the balls and strikes. And Donnie Schutz on the bases are your officials. Keroy handles it unassisted. We have one down. A little gusty. Had a good little downpour last evening when I was leaving the 8th grade moving up ceremony at Northeastern. Came out to a heavy downpour, but it was kind of a northern tier type of thing. Here's Jim Reisdorf, third baseman tonight. And up here in the Plattsburgh area, they didn't get any rain. Earlier this evening, we were at Clinton Community College for the Northeastern Clinton High School graduation, and it was kind of warm in there. But we got done there in a timely manner, and thought it'd be a nice idea to come here and cover this ball game. The scheduled 9 o'clock start. Little girl going after that ball. There's a line shot to deep left center. It is caught. Nice job of recovering there by Mike Castine. Going back to haul that one in. He was playing a little bit shallow, and Reisdorf challenged him, and Castine had to make a nice play to take an extra base hit away from him. Here's Matt Letta. He's the left center fielder tonight. And a pitch from Dost. Strike. It's the second time Dost has hit that front of the plate for a strike. And a pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the first inning. This is the first round of the reformatted A division. They played 13 games, and the league is now broke up into A, B, and C divisions. There's Brian Vaughn, the first baseman. So Wendell's is in the A division. Maliniak Masonry, I think they were tied for 4th. The first and second with 2 outs. And right center fielder Brian Tucker will be the batter. The camera's bouncing. We're on a tripod here. So every time we step on this platform, the camera bounces because the tripod is bouncing. Tucker's going to get himself an RBI. Get to left field. It's going to be a 1-0 lead here for Wendell's. RBI single for Brian Tucker. Now we have Mike Cholik. Cholik is the designated hitter batting for the pitcher Todd Ashline. I believe both teams are playing without the extra hitter tonight. There's a strike. But they do have a designated hitter on this team. I'm not sure. I don't think on the other team that they do. Maliniak's, I believe, does not. Right, 2, first and second. 1-2 the count. Pitch from Dost is short. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shallow center field. And Mike Castine gets it. It's one of those, I think the other guy's going to get it type of plays, but somebody had to step up. Mike Castine stepped up, grabbed the ball, and it's a 1-0 lead Wendell's after 1/2 inning of play here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Todd Ashline is the Wendell's pitcher. Corby Strack, his battery mate. Here's Mike Castine leading off the Maliniak half of the first inning. His team down 1-0. Gets a line shot to Chad Premor. And we have 1 out and a well-hit ball right at Premor. Here's Chris Castine. And the pitch is taken for strike one. Hits the side of the mat. Two. 0-2 the count. Ashline delivers. Hit to short. Fire to first can be high and wide, and Chris Castine will be on base. Throw by shortstop Premor. Pulled the first baseman Vaughn off the bag. So it puts a tying run on board and brings up Caleb Castine, the catcher. And the pitch. Castine line shot into left center. And it'll be first and second with 1 out. And here's Mark Keroy. Cleanup man. Pay no attention to that bouncing camera. There's a pitch from Ashline. That's taken for a strike. Clint McCool on deck. It's chopped back. Throw to first will be not in time. We got here Clint McCool, first and second, 2 outs. Chris Castine running for Keroy, who's reached on the fielder's choice. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pete Wheatley on deck. Let's hit to the left side. You got a throw to short. Excuse me, to third for the force to Reisdorf. So nothing across. We're going to go to the second inning. Wendell's leading Maliniak Masonry 1-0 here on viewer-supported hometown cable.
Nice level swing, Creek. Come on.
Shortstop Chad Premor takes strike 1 to start things in the top of the second inning. His team up 1-0. Chops it into left center. And, my camera's going up and the ball's coming down, and Mike Castine makes a diving catch. We have 1 out, and I bring up the catcher Corby Strack. Pitch from Dost. Swing and a miss, strike 1. A little breeze, always welcome on a hot night. Strike 2. Gotta make contact here, not worry about how far he's gonna hit it, just make sure he makes contact with it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. I'm trying to get him to reach, but he wasn't that desperate. 1-2. Strike 3. Perfect pitch right in the middle of the strike zone. So that's 2 down. And Terry Lapierre, the second baseman, will be up. Terry Lapierre. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. It's got a bug in the eye. Plenty of bugs out here. 2-0. Strike called. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Hit through the left side, a base hit. So a 2-out single for Terry Lapierre. And we'll get us to Bruce Steele, the right fielder. And the top of the order is going to follow him. Steele at the plate. And the pitch from Dost is strike 1. 1-0. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Second. Let's try that again. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 the score. Wendell's leading Maliniak. Strike 2 called. And damaged the ball. Bad ball. Strike 3. Would have been a double play here because the runner left, but can't leave till there's contact, and there was no contact. So it would have been an out either way, and it would have been 2 outs if they needed to. So still 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the second here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Pete Wheatley takes ball 1 to start things in the bottom half of the second. One ball, 1 strike. June 21st, 2012. And the pitch. Chopped through the left side, more up the middle than the left side. Wheatley alertly goes to second. He's always looking for an extra base. He's got speed. He's going to be safe. Speedy Petey Weedy. Gets 3 bases out of it. Yeah. Okay, we got Craig Bujo. And a pitch. Early in the game, got to worry about the outs and not worry about the score becoming 1-1. It's going to be trouble. Fast as he is, Wheatley will not try it. So 1 down. And now we'll get us to third baseman Josh Russell. Inside. Wheatley might go on this one. We're tied. That's going to be, I don't know, can you have a sacrifice fly to the infield? I don't know. Run scores. Sacrifice fly to the shortstop. And Andrew Castine will be the batter. Takes ball 1. 1-1 the score, second inning. 2 down. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Ashline, a lot of backspin on it. 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Ball 4, Andrew Castine draws a free pass, a base on balls, and it'll bring up the pitcher Brian Dost with the top of the order to follow him. And a pitch. Inside, just missed. Ball 1. League established in 1965. They have the names of the founders on the back of the backstop. Unfortunately, I haven't memorized them. Strike called. It was a few years later that Dick Letourneau and Bill Conley, others formed the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League. And that continued through the late 80s. But lack of a field with lights ended up killing the league. Nice catch. That's a tough field to get to because of you have to walk around the back of the camera to get there. 1 run. Both teams have sent up 10 players through the first 2 innings and scored a run. It's 1-1. We're going to the 3rd. Here we got Matt Carosella at the plate, leading off the 3rd. Top of the order up. Top of the order will be up for both teams here in the 3rd. Too much arc. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our latest renewed viewer supporters, Daryl and Nancy Myatt. Renewed their viewer support before the start of the game. We appreciate their faithful support of Hometown Cable's efforts. There's a shot through the right side of the infield. And Carosella is on. The Wendell's Fine Furniture has a leadoff batter on board. Oh, here's a pile of girls here. Looks like five kids following that lady, or she's following them. 5 of them, wow. Jim Reisdorf hits it foul. It's going to be out of play. Out of play. Oh, 2 the count. Line shot just beyond the grass. Misplayed in right field, and runners at the corners. No error. It wasn't fielded cleanly, but no error. Just beyond the reach of Chris Castine. Who brings up Matt Letta, the left center fielder. Letta will take a strike. Nobody out. Strike 2, just barely hit that mat. A little dust here. Said it's kind of dry. That's hit deep. Hit deep, and it is on to the other field. A 3-run homer for Matt Letta. And he's put Wendell's up by a 4-1 margin. A well-hit ball. 2 strikes on him. No balls, 2 strikes. In fact, the previous batter, Reisdorf, had no balls, 2 strikes. Got to give him a tougher pitch. People should not be getting base hits on an 0-2 pitch. 1-2, 2-2, that's different, but 0-2, you got to give them something they can't get a hit on, particularly can't hit it out of the park. Here's the first baseman, Brian Vaughn. Nobody out here in the 3rd. And pitch from Dost. Short, ball one. It's on the ground to short, under the glove. Wheatley couldn't come up with it. To Wheatley, let's see, Rougeau couldn't come up with it. So that'll be an E6. And Brian Tucker, the batter. Leto will run for Vaughn. And the pitch. Strike one. Pitch to Tucker. One ball, one strike. That's Wheatley grabbing. Cover some ground out there on left. You got Wheatley in left, and Mike Castine, Andrew Castine, and Clint McCool over in right. So that's one out, and Mike Cholik, the batter. Strike one. Pitch from Dost to second. And they'll get the lead runner. Throw to first in time. Did not think they would get two, but they turned two to end the inning with 3 big runs on Matt Leto's home run. And after 2.5, it's Wendell's Furniture 4. T is in Tom, Maliniak Masonry 1 here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Mike Castine at the plate, leading off the Maliniak half of the third. Takes ball one. Two and 0 pitch. Strike. 4-1 the score. Deep left center. Out of here. Out of here. Well, he let a turn on that. It looked like he was going to be able to at least get near it, but it was over the fence. Home run for Mike Castine, and it's 4-2 ball game. 4-2 the score.
No, Martin, you're deep in the book, buddy. This is your team. You can make 2 requests.
Oops,
there we go. Chris Castine at the plate.
All right, forget that home run now. Let's start hitting ball. One drive.
Thank you. 1 hit at a time, guys. 1 hit at a time. We're going
Let's see, nobody out. That was the leadoff hitter.
all over here.
Off the back of the glove, Chris Castine will try to do his Pete Wheatley impersonation. He's in there. Wheatley manufactured that run back in the first inning, or second inning, the last inning. Castine alertly ends up at at third base. Here's Caleb Castine. Deep. Ball one. Tying run at the plate for Maliniak. That is high. It is deep. It is over the center field fence. A 2-run blast by Caleb Castine has tied the ball game. And it's now 4-4. There's Mark Keroy. He'll be ready to bat as soon as we find the ball. I think they found the ball. And the designated hitter has to go find the ball over the fence. Keroy hits it deep in the hole. Throw to first. They're going to get him? No. No. Good try by the shortstop Primor, but Keroy just able to beat it out. So Caleb Castine will have to run for him. Doesn't have to, but he wants to be run for, and Caleb's the guy who has to run for him because he's the prior batter. Here's Clint McCool. The go-ahead run on at first base for Maliniak. McCool hits it through the right side. Castine will round second, head for third. And we'll have runners at the corners as McCool tries a base hit through the right side. So the go-ahead run is now at third base. And let's see, is there anybody out here? Nope, nobody out. And Pete Wheatley at the plate. He takes a strike. Runners at the corners. 4-4 in the third. Wheatley chops it. Let's go. Whoa, misplayed. Wheatley with his wheel. Here's the throw. It's going to be way off the mark. Wheatley wanted to score. He'll stop at third. McCool scores. Chasing home Caleb Castine. So here's Craig Bujo. Craig Bujo at the plate. 2 runs at bat, so that's a 6-4 lead for Maliniaks. And the pitch. And it's grabbed by the shortstop Primor. 1 out. And bring up the third baseman, Josh Russell. Ashline checks his defense, delivers, Russell swings. And it's another chance for Wheatley to score on a sacrifice. There's a throw. It's going to be a strong throw, but it'll be off the mark, and Wheatley scores to make it a 7-4 lead. Russell gets his second sacrifice. He's had 2 sacrifice flies here, and Wheatley protecting Russell's batting average here. Now Andrew Castine will step up. Andrew Castine at the plate. And he gets it right up the middle for a base hit. He'll round. And he will stay put. Oh, I thought those lady with the kids was leaving, but they're all here. The whole gang is back here. She almost has enough arms. Here's Brian Dost, and it's the top of the order. So they have batted around here in the third inning. It is hit to right field. It is, what is it, 6 runs, I believe. 6 runs, I believe. It is now 5 runs, 6-4 as we go to the 4th inning. It is 7-4. And we've got Chad Primor, the shortstop, leading off. Well, the fly out. Gary Castine out entertaining the ladies in the bleachers here. Let's see. Primore's out in the fly ball to Wheatley. 1 out. And Corby Strack is up. You know he just wants to foul one off even. Chops it to Russell. Throw to first will be high and not in time. High. Keroy had to leap. And when he landed, he was off the bag, and Corby Strack reaches. Terry Lapierre steps up now. Is said 7-4 in the fourth. Adirondack Slow Pitch League A Division action. To deep left center. Mike Castine grabs. There'll be no advance. There are 2 outs. 2 down. And the right fielder Bruce Steele will step in. Here's the pitch from Dost. Chops it to the right side. Keroy's going to go to second. Good, smart play. He goes to second to the shortstop Bujo. And nothing across for Wendell's. And after 3.5, halfway through the game, it's 7-4. Maliniak's leading Wendell's here on viewer supported hometown cable. You might say that sending up the top of the order in the 3rd inning worked out pretty good for Maliniaks, so they're going to do it here in the 4th. They're going to send up the top of the order. Mike Castine led off the bottom of the 3rd with a home run. He's now down 0-2. Hits it to left field. And we have 1 down as it's grabbed out there and left by Carosella. And now here's Chris Castine. 7-4 the score. Maliniak leading Wendell's. Bottom half of the 4th. There's strike 1. Ashline coming right at the batters. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's got the dropsies here. And a 1-1 pitch. Hit through the middle, base hit. For Chris Castine, he rounds and he will settle for a 1-out single. Bring up Caleb Castine. Tied the game with a 2-run blast. His last time up there. And here's the pitch. Deep for ball 1. Mosquitoes are out in force at the moment. Strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. 2. 1-2 the count. That's up the middle, hit, dropped in E4. E4, I think Lapierre was saying, hey, I can turn 2 here. He came up a little soon on it. He came up, the ball didn't. And it's going to be 1st and 2nd. And cleanup man Mark Keroy at the plate, first baseman. He takes the strike. 1 out. 2 men on. Keroy hits it to center field. Oh, nice catch. And the runners had to hold, and they did. And it's 2 down. And the batter now is Clint McCool. That's deep for ball one. So well hit ball, but nice catch there. Left center fielder was at Letta. 2-0 the count. And a pitch. One ball, two balls, one strike. And pitch is strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on, and it's hit to third. Oh! Chris Castine scores. It's now 8-4. And again, it's one of those looking to make the play before you have the ball plays. Jim Reisdorf was so anxious to catch that and run to third. He ended up missing the ball. Here we get Pete Wheatley hitting it to left field. This should be the third out. A run for Maliniaks. They lead it 8-4 after 4 here on viewer-supported hometown cable. All right, I'm calling this guy Matty. He is out. One out. Let's see who we should. Matt Carosella. That's who that was. Matt Carosella leading off. At the top of the order, Jim Reisdorf now. Reisdorf up. Team trailing 8-4. Top of the 5th. There's a strike. And the pitch. That's a foul ball. Just landing foul. You can see where the dirt is a little darker right there. That's how close it was to being fair. Right there. That's where the ball hit. Inch or two away from being an extra base hit. And the pitch. That's hit up the middle. That's a base hit. So Reisdorf is on with a 1-out single. And Carosella will get a chance to run after all here. He's going to run for Reisdorf. Now, Matt Letta, he homered last time up there. A 3-run homer, as I recall. He takes a strike. He hit that 3-run homer on an 0-2 pitch, so we'll see if he'll take another strike. 1-1. No 0-2 pitch this time. And a hit to third, booted by Keroy. Everybody's going to be safe. Good backup by Chris Castine. So Letta is on. And we got Brian Vaughn, cleanup man at the plate. Brian Vaughn, the batter, takes a strike. Doss has done an excellent job of hitting it to front of the mat, in front of the plate, I should say. There's a base hit. Run will score. They shouldn't be too concerned about that run. So that'll make it 8-5.
Come on, Pop, same thing.
But it brings the potential tying run to the plate with just 1 out. That tie-in run is Brian Tucker. Tucker swings, look out. Holy cow. Holy cow, that's not in the playbook.
Hey, just spit on it a little.
The runners apparently didn't leave the bag. If they did, everybody was watching the bat. Everybody was watching the bat, so if they left, Donnie Schutz didn't notice it. Two years ago, I got almost hit twice flying bats. It's going to be, whoops, traffic jam, or they're throwing to the plate here, and they had a traffic jam at second and third. If that throw had gone to third, they would have had an out here, but gotta throw to the right bases and concede the run. That makes it 8-6 to the best of my knowledge. Tying run now in scoring position, and Mike Cholik at the plate. Deep ball one out. Tying runs in scoring position. Strike. And a pitch. That's up the middle. This is going to tie the game. And that's the difference between that ball coming into third base and that ball going to the plate. They probably would have got an out of it, but even if they didn't get the out, they would have had first and second instead of second and third. So we were tied 8-8, and Chad Premore, the shortstop, is at the plate. Still just one out. He hits it down the left field line, foul, strike one. Strike one here on this June 21st, 2012. Wendell's has come back to tie this one up. The go-ahead run is on board. We're in the top of the fifth. And a pitch from Dost. Line shot. Russell makes the catch on a nice hard hit ball, line drive, and a nice, very nice catch by Josh Russell. Now Corby Strack at the plate. Catch reminding me of one in the Pony League last week. Krista White catching a similar type of bullet at third base. That's ball one. Two outs, and the pitch to Strack is strike. One ball, one strike. And the pitch is chopped to the left side. Gonna go to second to Chris Castine covering. It is 8-8 after 4.5. We're going to the bottom of the fifth here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Craig Bujo leading off the bottom of the fifth in this tie ball game. Looks at ball one. Pitch from Ashline. 2-0. That'll be a E5 as Reisdorf had it pop out of his glove. So Bujo reaches. And I'll bring up Josh Russell. Nobody at third this time, so he's not going to get a sacrifice fly. Maybe he'll try to bunt him over. No bunting, of course, in slow pitch. Straight away, center field. Off the glove. Russell will stop at second, throw to third. And Bujo is there. So double. Well, it would have been a triple without a man on base, but Bujo had to hold up, make sure that wasn't caught. So it's 2 ducks on the pond for Andrew Castine. He takes one outside. That's ball 1. 2-0. Trying to kill mosquitoes while we're recording here. 3-0. Strike called. 3 balls and a strike. Brian Dost on deck. There's ball 4. So Andrew Castine walks as I swat a few mosquitoes. There's Dost hitting the first offering. Whoa! Holy cow. Great catch there by Brian Vaughn at first base. A shot off the bat of Brian Dost. So 1 out. Top of the order up now. It's Mike Castine. Inside, ball 1. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. This will score. No, yes, it will score a run. 2 outs. Russell's out as he overslides the bag. Runs counts. 9-8. 9-8. Maliniak leads after 5. And we go to the 6th. Here's Terry Lapierre. Strike 1 as we start the 6th inning. Wendell's trailing Maliniak by a run. 1-1. And leadoff single puts the potential tying run on board. And brings up Bruce Steele at the top of the order to follow. So here in the 6th, it's an important little stretch of the ball game. That's hit to right center. Andrew Castine grabs. There'll be no advance. We have 1 out. And Matt Carosella will step in. Top of the order up now for Wendell's. The later we get, the more skeeters come out. Here's the pitch. So line shot, that's a base hit. And it's going to be runners at the corner. No, where's the throw? Why went throw went to beyond second, and that allows Carosella to go to second base. Throwing to the right base is awfully important. It's underrated. Here's Jim Reisdorf. 2 men in scoring position. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second. And just 1 out. There's a strike. That's the ball. Those wandering kids are on the move again. Too much arc. 31. Pitch from Dost. That's going to score a run. Mike Castine grabs. It's a 9-9 ball game. And the potential go-ahead run moves to third base. And hard-hitting Matt Letta steps in. Number 3 hitter in the lineup. Here's the pitch from Dost. Short. No, just barely hit it. Strike 1. 6th inning. Let's see, looking to the Maliniak. They'll send up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the 6th. It could be deep enough. He's looking for his second homer. He's got it. Matt Letta, his second homer. And he's put his team up by 2. So there's a 2-run blast. And it's now 11-9 in favor of Wendell's Furniture. Brian Vaughn is at the plate, and he's going to take ball 1. Strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bags are empty. 2-1. Vaughn, the cleanup man. Chops it to short. Nice fire. Nice fire. Shortstop Bujo firing to Kiroy for the out. 2-run lead for Wendell's. They lead Maliniak 11-9 as we head for the bottom of the 6th. Trailing by 2 and sending up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the bottom of the 6th. It behooves Maliniaks to score a couple of runs here. Chris Castine says I'll get half of those couple of runs. And he does. Whew. Wow. Just had a great, big, huge bug land on my lips. Chris Castine with the leadoff homer. It makes 11-10. I don't know if I can, I don't think I can turn my camera down enough to show that bug, but I'm going to give it a try here, so don't go away here. We're going to try to show the bug that attacked me here. Where'd he go here? Let's see, here he is. He's right there, that's him. I was talking and that son of a gun was on my lips. So it got my attention, so I spit him out. Caleb Castine steps in and becomes the potential tying run. A swing of the bat as we're getting back from our bugscapade. So he is on for the 3rd time. Now Mark Kiroy takes a strike. And Kiroy drops a base hit in. Castine will head for second and stay put. It's Chris Castine will have to run for Kiroy this time. So that's nobody out. Tying run at second base. Go ahead run at third base. And Clint McCool at the plate. Pitch from Ashline is just missing for ball 1. And hit to the right side, foul.
Bruce, we got it!
Well, and out of play. Fielding. It's almost 20 of 11, so the game in the backfield has been done for quite a while. This game here started at least half an hour late. The prior game got started 20 minutes late. A 7:45 game between Dragoons and Newcraft. There's a base hit for Wheatley. Caleb Castine will score. Whoa, safe at third. I thought the throw was going to come through the plate. That was a good throw. And Chris Castine just barely made it in there. But McCool goes to second. So let's see, that's it's a tie game now, is it? I think that's a tie game. And Pete Wheatley at the plate. 2 ducks in the pond, hits it through the left side. 2-run score. Wheatley likes third base. He is back at third. He just doesn't feel right unless he gets to third base. Just doesn't feel right, he says. Got to get to third base. So it's now 13-11 in favor of Maliniaks. We're being told there's nobody out, and that makes sense. Greg Bujo steps up as first out. Everybody but Wheatley had scored who's been up there so far, and now Bujo makes the first out. So that gives Russell a chance to make a sacrifice fly here. Russell's got 2 sacrifice flies thanks to Wheatley. And he's looking for a base hit this time. And it's going to be a foul ball. Just barely went foul. Just barely went foul.
He barely made it to first.
And a pitch. That's a base hit. Wheatley will score to make it 14-11. Russell gets an RBI the old-fashioned way with a base hit. And I'll bring up Andrew Castine.
We're capable of.
Andrew Castine, the batter.
Come on.
And a pitch. Just missed. 2-0 the count. Strike. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Brian Dost on deck, then the top of the order. Castine hits it up the middle and through.
Nice decision.
Russell stops at second. Castine's on with a base hit. Still just 1 out. Brian Dost moves into the batter's box with Mike Castine on deck. Dost, the 9th hitter of the inning. And the pitch from Ashline is strike 1. A-division action in the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. First full day of summer, June 21st, 2012. That's going to be caught. And throw goes to third. That allows Castine to go to second. That's an example of throwing to the wrong base. Example of throwing to the wrong base right there. Keep force on at second base. They weren't going to get Russell going into third base. Just wasting that throw. Here's Andrew Castine alertly seeing the ball is going to third. Coasted in at second base. Mike Castine at the plate. And this could be the last go around for Maliniaks because they've taken the lead here. If they can retain that lead, let's just score 2 more. Andrew Castine's going to score on this. Another throw to the plate. They had no chance of getting him. And Mike Castine's going to end up at third instead of being at first because they tried to get a man at the plate that they had little chance of getting. As I said earlier,
Here we go. Come on, guys.
throwing to the right base is highly underrated. Here's Chris Castine. He led off the inning. Hits it to short. Throw to first. They got him. They got him. That's the third out. So 11 batters, 3 outs, 1 stranded. That sounds a lot like 7 runs. So it's 11 for Wendell's, 16 for Maliniak after 6 full here on viewer-supported hometown cable. With T is in Tom, Maliniak Masonry leading 16-11. Brian Tucker will lead off. It's a can of corn to left center, and we've got 1 out to start things in the top of the 7th. And that'll get us to Mike Cholik. Cholik batting for pitcher Todd Ashline. Pitch from Doss to strike 1. Keith Riel behind the plate. Donnie Schutz umping on the bases. 1-1. There's a base hit. And Cholik is on. And Tucker's going to have to run for him. And the batter will become shortstop Chad Premore. And the pitch. It's hit to left field. It's first and second. 16-11 the score here. Strack is... Oh, it's Premore. Here's Corby Strack now.
Corby, keep your head on the ball. Come on.
Corby Strack at the plate. 16-11, slow pitch softball. This game isn't over by any means.
Solid base hit. Come on.
The ball 1. Hey there. You guys have been all over the place tonight, huh? I think they're everywhere. And they like defenseless little kids, too. There's ball 4. So, a free pass for Corby Strack. And it's going to get us to Terry Lapierre. 1 out here. 1 out. Base is full. Okay, so Wendell's could have a big inning. Bruce Steele on deck then, at the top of the order. Pitch from Doss, swing and a miss, and nobody left. Nobody left. Can't leave unless there's contact with the ball. It's popped up. Infield fly is called. Doss grabs. That's 2 down. 2 down, and it gets us to Bruce Steele with top of the order, Matt Carosella on deck. 16-11 the score. But this game ain't over yet. Here's the pitch. Too short. The second. Bujo to Chris Castine for the out. So 16-11 will be the final. T as in Tom, Maliniak Masonry defeats Wendell's Furniture, and that's the way it was in Adirondack Slow Pitch League A Division action on this first full day of summer, June 21st, 2012. You're watching viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable.